Hello Tubesters, welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're going to be having a look at this. It's a larger, and I can't even remember how, is it 1 in 6? I don't know. It's larger than I normally do, I believe, and it's Operation Banner. Now if you go back to a couple of videos ago, I did a, is that working? That's better. How did that happen? I did a video that I'd received my General Service Medal for operations in Northern Ireland, and it was 25 years late. Just a bureaucracy, and I finally applied for it, and there was a bit of a struggle to get it, but we got it with the help of some really good people. Anyway, a couple of days after I received the medal, that appeared in the Facebook feed. Obviously I'm into figure painting and scale modelling, and I tend to, it sounds horrible, I don't follow a lot of people, even if they've, a lot of people I just don't friend, and others I'll only follow if they're just putting up figures. You know, I'm not interested in what people have had for breakfast or where they are on holiday or anything like that. You know, I just like to see the figures and the models. Anyway, that appeared, and it was it £45 plus postage? I know it's cost me, well, it's cost my wife about £48. She wanted to get me something for Christmas. I wasn't that fussed. She insisted, and if she was insisting, I should have gone a bit higher really, shouldn't I, on the price, but never mind. I said, well look, I've seen this and it just seems really apt. I've got the General Service Medal 2 days ago through the post, and this has appeared for Operation Banner. And I think it would be a good thing to do, to dedicate that to the guys. So that's what we've got. So hope everything's going well with you. There will be a Christmassy type video out, plus I've got lots of projects that are literally all hitting the completion date all at the same time. So there'll be lots of videos coming up over the next couple of weeks. But for now, join me at the bench and we'll look at this huge piece of resin. Thanks for joining me at the bench, guys. I am steaming through this really quick. I know this is as quick as Gav can go, but it will be quicker than some of my other videos. Reason being is my wife has taken Archie out for a walk up in our local heathland, and it is absolutely stonking down outside. Now my wife is not a wet weather, windy, cold type of person. So I've got a feeling she's going to be coming back. He's going to have the shortest walk in history. So I need to get this done before the door comes banging open and I get a very wet pop and a very wet wife coming through the door. Now I should, if I'd have prepared myself, actually have got these pieces out already, but I haven't, and that is just me. So there's nothing I can do about it. Right, we're getting somewhere. Let's have a look at the torso, as it is like, it's like a resin hand grenade. Right, here we go. As we can see, Gav's got big hands, very big piece of resin. Let's see if we can get that out very slightly. I don't have much practice doing the overhead camera. Now this guy is for the 70s to early 80s, so he's not in the garb that I would have wore when I was in the mid 90s. So his webbing, the very bits of the pouch you can see there, I would imagine would be 58 pattern webbing. So it's called 58 pattern because I originally be around in 1958. And the British Army wore it for a long time. Obviously this is his what we would later call an amoeba jacket. It would normally have different armour plates in it, and I suppose I could say where these days. It's not, can't be an official secret by now, but we'll just say there's obviously it's there to stop fragmentation and certain areas covered, but we got some nice lace detail there. As I say, I didn't wear this one. I had a obviously slightly more modern variant, Not anything like you see the lads in and lasses in Iraq and Afghanistan now, or back in the early 2000s even. But you can't do a lot with it. You know, do you know what I mean? It's not only is it a big solid lump of resin, it's a solid flak jacket. You know, that type of thing. Body armour, CBA, combat body armour, which was this actually a lesser version of it. But I'm confusing myself now. Never mind you guys. But all you really want to know is have a quick look at it. Has it got any blemishes on it or anything that you could scream out and say that's not good? No, it'll need a damn good clean up. I don't even think I've got those new plinths. I don't even think I've got a plinth that's going to take this, so I might have to get a special one ordered. Got a bit of mould lines, and there are some on the other parts. Slight blemish there that'll just need a quick sand over. Nothing to get worked up about. Neck area. Now, if I remember rightly, when I tried the figure's neck in it, it didn't fit completely, so it might need a bit of a clean around there. Got a bit of a blemish there by the look of it, but nothing outstanding. And obviously you can see all the different shiny bits. It's going to need a damn good cleaning. You could either make that into a bit of a small rent in the fabric or tidy it up. Bit of the mould left behind there. Get that out at some stage. These arms will need pilling because it is a hefty piece of kit. Let's have a look at an arm. Now this will be in DPM, disruptive pattern material, so camouflage. Flash, that's not too bad. Mould line, it's not too bad, especially on something this size. That would be fairly easy to get to. Northern Ireland gloves, as we used to call them, padded. You're always bracing your arms. No, it's not for knocking people out. You're always bracing your arms on corners of walls and things like that. That need a sand down and just see if it'll need a bit of putty in there. It might just need a sand. So these will be black leather. But no, not too bad. As I say, the flash don't bother me. That's going to be hidden. All that there is going to be hidden on his body. It's just that bit of a mould line there, but that's not too bad. There's no big holes or anything that I can see, but a nice seam on the jacket there. So no, that one's fine. Next one, there'll be a hand attached to that, obviously. Again, we've got our mould seam there. That's going to have to be sorted. I always hate them when they're in blooming folds of fabric, but it's, again, on an arm this big, it's not too bad. We've got mould release here again, so these really will need a damn good clean up. That there will be the rifle sling. Now he's got an SLR, self-loading rifle, as we used to call them in the British Army. Unlike the SA-80 or rifle 5.56, it was known to us back in the day. That had a fantastic sling. In fact, it's probably the best part of the rifle. And we could adjust it into load. You could have it for skiing. You could have it, not that I went skiing, but you could have it for different, casualty evacuation. Where the British Army, the only time it ever wore its rifle sling on the SLRs was actually you attached it to the butt of the rifle, so that the crowds couldn't drag it off you and use it against you or rob you of it. Right, all important face. Oh, it always goes on, doesn't it? That'll be the wife telling me she's coming back from the common. We've got a bit of a. Oh, that's not too bad, but we'll need to clean that up. Very small bit on the back of the beret there that's going to need cleaning up, and this mould line at the back of the head. I think what we're going to have to do there is clean it off as we normally would do, and then we might have to just inscribe with a scalpel a couple of lines just to cover it, because you can guarantee if you try it with a scalpel first, but we're going to probably have some flat areas there, so that's going to have to be just, you know, try and where he's had his hair cut, and at the back of the neck, that's going to need a clean as well. Now, if I remember, under the chin, yeah, these look, it doesn't look like anything particular there. There's a very, very tiny little indentations, pitting as you could call it there. So I'll probably put some wetted filler over that just to fill those in, but nothing huge. Underneath the beret isn't too bad. So yeah, if I remember rightly, when I tried it, this didn't fit very well, but we'll leave it like that for now. But as you can see there, you'd have to get that in a better fit than that, so that'll have to be worked a bit between the neck area and the neck itself. And we've got our SLR. Now, I was a junior and we didn't have these. This is the forerunner to the SUSAT that we'd have on the SA80 later on. Not that later on, I mean, if you're saying early 80s here, so you know, you're not that far off from, you know, a few years away from the SA80. There's a very slight rise here. I can't see how I'm going to get that to go. I'm going to think of knocking a jig up and just seeing if I can get it in place. I don't think it's going to make any difference, so it'll want to return. So that's a bit, it's just problematical, but there is a slight rise to the, or it appears to be anyway. There's our barrel. Well, I've put it around the wrong way. So our barrel upside down would fit in there. It's a hefty old piece. The SLR puts the 7.62 round in, which to me was always the king of the rounds in the, you know, in NATO. Why the hell they went to the 5.56 round, I've no idea. They kept telling us it was so that we could wound people, and it would take more people to drag them away. And you used to think, well, you always taught us in the British Army we left our wounded behind and carried on in the middle of a battle, and that people behind would be dealing with them. So I don't know. It sounds a load of old guff to me. You know, if they had to change the SLR, make it shorter, you know, for surely the 7.62 round is a round that kills people. It literally knocks chunks out of you. It's what the belt-fed machine guns, the GIMPs, the general service machine gun, the general purpose machine gun still uses. There's his other hand. So we've got to work around with that. I will put that in a jig. I really don't think it's going to make any difference, so I've got a nasty feeling that's going to have a slight rise, which will be a bit annoying, but it's really hard on a long piece like that to actually get it to conform. But we'll try a jig on it. There's a couple of cap badges. For the life of me, it didn't say on the packet, unfortunately. I don't know everyone in the British Army, everybody's cap badge. I did ask for my own Staffordshire Regiment, and he said he didn't do them. So I'm going to have an attempt at making a Staffordshire Regiment cap badge up. I don't think it'll work. I mean, I see how small that a professional sculptor's done that, so I really don't think I'm going to be able to do the Staffordshire knot. But you never know. So I'm going to attempt to if it's a load of cack, I'm obviously not going to put it on. I'm not going to wreck somebody else's decent sculpting work with one of my own that looks rubbish. So I'll probably end up having to use one of these, but we will see. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't know. So I'm going to have to look. It would have been helpful if they actually put down what the regiments were. We don't know. We did used to have, even in the late 70s, early 80s, because the Cold War was going on, we actually had an army in them days. Not a load of amalgamated regiments that we do now. But and this is the last bit. You get this copy of the General Service Medal. and you'd cut that off there. Obviously just that's your medal ribbon, and that would affix to the front of your plinth, which is a good idea. So that was a good idea. This is who I've bought it off, so I've got no complaints. So it's Gordon Mitchell model figure kits. That's the details. As I say, a few tiny blemishes, a couple of mould lines. The most, if it's a disappointment, and I wouldn't even go particularly that far, because it is a lovely rendition of the SLR, is just that very slight rise there. But as I say, I'm going to try and knock a jig up and just see if we can keep that maybe straight for a while and just see if it'll hold. But I've got a feeling it won't, which would be a shame. But it is a beautiful piece of sculpting. 20 round magazine. The old carrying handle, which I don't know if it's ever really used for a great deal, but yeah, nice one. So if you want to watch the progress of this, I might actually do it as a, that's not going to show, is it? There you go. I might actually do it as again a paint along. I mean, I think I might do that one in oils, as it's a huge old beast of a kit. I don't think I've ever done one that big. Well, I haven't, let's face it, I've only got about 3 or 4. He did say what it was. I think it's one. I normally do 110. I believe this was 1.6. Oh, I don't know. But it's big anyway. So we'll get this going. As I say, cat badge goes on there. I'm hoping to try my own. If it doesn't work, then we'll use one of those, but we'll have to do a bit of research. I've just noticed there's a very slight gap. I've just seen a bit of air space at the back of the ear. It's only where it's very thin, so that might just need a bit of putty just wiped over it, thicken it up a bit. But no, very pleased, very happy. And hopefully we can make him a decent tribute to all the guys that served on Op Banner. So look after yourselves, guys. As I say, lots more videos to come. All the projects are getting together now and starting to get to over the finishing line. So many more to come. I'll do some type of holiday, Christmassy type video as well. And we'll see each other very, very soon on another video. Keep your chins up, or chin if you're lucky enough to only have one, unlike myself. And we'll catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.